Hello traders, and welcome to the market opening preview, August 13th, 2015. Traders, great to be with you on a Thursday. A lot of trading ahead, days just beginning. We are in the Asia sessions. We record this video. It is beautiful. I'm coming from you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches, and I gotta tell you, it's cooking today. Traders, is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our site at fxclearing.com. Alright traders, if you would, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Guild. I am your moderator through the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. Came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, 8 years later, guess where I'm still at? Still in Thailand trading Forex every single trading day on a daily basis. I'm always looking at fundamentals and technicals. I'm looking for opportunities with probabilities on my side to win my trades. And yeah, I'm in it all day long. I start my day at about 6:30 in the morning. I start reading fundamentals and stuff, and I do a live trading for 90 minutes, and then I do a video, and then I do a newsletter. So I'm quite into the market. I love trading Forex. So let's get on the legal stuff. We got 6 charts to look at, some news to talk about. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. Let's talk about some indices. The US 30 closed negative 1.21%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.96%. The NASDAQ negative 1.27%. The small cap 2000 negative 0.57%. New York closed on a red day. The DAX closed negative 2.68%. Wow, that's huge. The FTSE 100 out of London closed 1.06% in the red. The CAC 40 closed in the red at 1.86%. The Euro Stoxx 50 closed negative 1.90%. Let's head on over to Asia. Now, remember, these countries that we're talking about currently are actively trading. They all look like they're in the red. The Nikkei 225 is in the red, negative 1%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.57%. Shanghai is negative 0.57%. The Hang Seng is negative 1.12%, and the Kospi out of Seoul is negative 1.28%. Seems like everybody in the indices are in the red as we start our new trading day. Let's take a look at our economic calendar. Really, not much happened as far as the calendar goes. China did their move today. They lowered the yuan 1%, but I think the market's getting used to their little game and is really not paying attention to it. It whipsawed. I was watching the Aussie dollar when it came out, and it whipsawed it and basically came back to price that it was before the data came out. So I think the market's like kind of used to now. Okay, they're going to do this, you know what, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. I don't know. Maybe they'll do it every day for the next month. Who knows? But I think the market's like tired of it, and I really don't think it's going to make any impact anymore. I think the impact is over with, and they've done their thing, and it probably won't work. Okay, what do we have for data today? I will have to tell you, there is no high impact data today during the London session. In the US session, we have quite a bit. We have the CAD has NHPI month on month. In the US, which is the big number that everybody's waiting for, is core retail sales and retail sales. And then, of course, we have every Thursday unemployment claims comes out. And that, my friends, is going to wrap up our data for today. And, of course, we have our national natural gas storage, which is not a high-impact data event unless you're trading oil. All right, so that's what's going on with that. Commentary for today is, you know, this thing with China and them just flaring these things all over the place is really making trading chaotic. You have to trade what's in front of you. You got to check your higher time frames. Watch your support and resistance levels. You know, I'm not telling you nothing new. I'm just like just drilling the basics back. I was looking at charts today. I'm trying to do analysis for this video, and I'm saying, we're at resistance. We need to sell this. I mean, I'm not going to buy at resistance, even though it's gone up 150 pips. So, if you look at the daily chart, it's bearish, and you got to respect these higher time frames. And that's an issue when you're trading intraday. You don't have the pleasure of looking at or trading a 240 chart, which really, if you could, that'd be the way to trade, is just trade a 240 chart. That's a 4-hour chart or a daily chart. That'd be great. Come to your charts once a day, and that's it. But I trade intraday. I'm very active. I do a live trading room. And so it gets very, very busy. And I also put out a newsletter every day. So being an intraday trader, I don't like keeping trades overnight. And folks, it's not that I have a problem with it. I give people a lot of credit that can do it. But I end up waking up every hour, running to my computer to see what's going on. And I get no sleep. So maybe I have to get hypnotized or something. I don't know. We'll get on that next week. All right, let's take a look at some 30-minute charts. Remember, every candlestick on every chart is 30 minutes in duration. So here we are. We have hit resistance on the euro dollar, and it's pulled back. So we want it to keep pulling back, let it pull back as close as we can get to this daily pivot point at 11:30. You know what? We're going to buy it. And we're going to take this all the way back up to 12:04. That's a nice 70 pip trade. If you can't get all the way back, it doesn't make a difference. If you get a bullish candlestick, just take it. You can get 40 pips off of this. So the only issue would be is if this decides it just wants to keep dropping. I mean, the euro it's bullish now, but I don't know how long it's going to stay bullish. So, I'm watching this very closely, and this has to do with now, people saying the U.S. isn't going to raise interest rates and all this stuff, and I think it's all a bunch of hogwash. I think they are going to raise interest rates in September as planned, and I think they're going to raise it again in December. I don't think this China deal has made that much of an impact. It has made an impact. Don't get me wrong. It has made an impact. I trade a different instrument in New York, and it has made an impact on the stock markets and the options markets and the futures markets. So it has made an impact. And it's made an impact in our Forex markets. It's changed some of these currency pairs totally around. But today proved to me that the market is tired of it, and we're not going to respond to you anymore. So you guys do what you want to do. Lower your yuan, higher your yuan, whatever you want to do, and we'll whipsaw it, and that'll be it. We'll come back to price action. So we want to bring this all the way back up to 12:04 for, like I said, if it comes back to the daily pivot point, that's a nice 70 pip trade for today. I would love to get 70 pips today. This is the pound dollar. Very simple trade plan here. This is not difficult. You can see we've got 4 candles to the upside. We're at resistance. We'd like to see this pull back down again, just above the daily pivot point at 56.07. I really don't want to get below 5600. If you get below 5600, then you got to get up above it, like to 5610, and you got to be real careful getting in there to make sure it's not going to go back down. But this looks like it's kind of bullish. Really, this is a spot you can enter this. I mean, this is, I don't see a problem with entering this. This is again, if you enter this right now, this is still a 45 pip trade. So there's no problem with entering it. The problem is we're coming into the inactive stage of Asia. So we don't want to do that right at the moment. So that's what's going on with that. But the pound's been all over the place. If you look at a pound chart, you look at a 240 chart, the daily chart, the hourly chart, that is just nasty, nasty, nasty price action. I was in listening to another trading room yesterday, and the guy just said, just stay away from the pound. It is just all over the place, has no direction. It's just crazy. He goes, there's plenty of other paths to go out there and take a look at. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. Unfortunately, this did not show, but this data came out. It always comes out right after I do. I take a photograph. Well, it came back down just below the 200 here, and then came all the way back up to the trend line. So last I looked, it was at the trend line. So our you know, we still want to sell this, and we want to bring it down to the support one pivot. We're going to get a bounce here at the daily pivot point. You can see that, but this to me does not look like this is going to cause a problem. We're going to get a bounce, but you get your 200 exponential moving average right above it for resistance, right, and a trend line. So, you know, I think this will break through this and continue to the motion to the downside. This is not going to be a 2 or 3 hour trade. I think this is an all-day trade if you decide to get into this trade. Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. Now this, here's the big blue candle from the data. You can see it's pulled back already. Now it's below the daily pivot point. That's great. I haven't looked at this chart now. It's probably about 20 minutes now. So I don't know if this is still below this. But again, you know, I think the Aussies are going to get weak again, and this is just going to come down. Because even though this has caused dollar weakness and has reversed a lot of these pairs with this China issue, I think that's going to come to an end, and the dollar's going to get strong again, and these pairs are going to go back to their trending motions and do what they do. But you know, I had to go back to basics. You know, it's just I'm not buying it resistance, folks. We sell at resistance. You know what? If it goes up and it pulls back, gives me a pullback, you know, this is now support. Well, then I'll buy it. But for the trade plan, I'm not putting a trade plan in here to buy this at resistance, right? So that's the trade plan. We want to take this back down, and we'll just wait. We'll wait what happens. I usually get in front of my charts about 2 hours before the London Open, an hour and a half, so we can get a good idea what's going on. Here's the Euro Yen. The Euro Yen has had no price action in like 3 days. I don't know what's up with this pair. This pair has done absolutely nothing. However, it is at resistance. Again, I'm not buying at resistance. Let it get below the daily pivot point, and we'll take it down to the S3 pivot, support 3 pivot. The nice thing about this is we have the 200 exponential moving average sitting right there. Absolutely beautiful. We'll take this down on 137.24, and we'd like to enter this at 138.34. So, you know, this is like a 90 pip trade here. So, you know, let's do it. You know, let's get this thing moving. I mean, the Euro Yen just needs to kick it in. You know, just kick it in. Let's do it. Like, let's do something. I mean, it's been sideways in this nasty range with all these indecision candles for a long time. So, really most of this week. So, hopefully we'll get something going on today. And last pair of our 6 pairs is our New Zealand dollar. You can see this whipsaw. This was this China 1% lowered their currency 1%, and it's already coming back down. And this was taken pretty much right after the data came out. Well, this is great because right now, really, I would wait, get a second red candle. I'd enter this short. I put my stop right above this yellow line. Thank you very much. Come down to the daily pivot. Have a nice day. You're gonna get a bounce here. You can see left of the chart. Got some junk here, so you might get a bounce here. But you're gonna be break even by then. You get down to this level, you break even, right? So, and we want to come down to the daily pivot point. Why did I pick the daily pivot point? Well, one is our support line is right there from the EA, and we have the 200 exponential moving average sitting right there. So it's a great place to take profit at 65.78. We want to get in at 66.57. So nice trade to the downside on the New Zealand dollar. I've been bearish in the New Zealand. Look at the daily chart. That will tell you the story. This pair is so bearish, it's unbelievable. Well, traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs for today. Hope you got something out of that. And on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and of course our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me on this Thursday, August 13th, 2015. Traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, we'll catch you next time. Have a great trading day. Bye-bye now.